Welcome to this explainer. Okay, if you're a parent, you absolutely know the feeling. That everyday low-level anxiety of just wanting to protect your kids, right? But, without trapping them in this stifling, fearful little bubble. We want them out there exploring the world, but man, we really need them to be safe while they do it. So today we're taking the Sara and Sami adventure from Imagination Station and transforming it into a totally practical, empowering safety guide for your kids. We're going to look at how to teach these absolutely critical safety skills, not as some terrifying list of doomsday warnings, but as a really dynamic, fun superhero training program. So this brings us to the ultimate parental dilemma. How in the world do you teach safety without causing fear? It is such a tricky tightrope to walk. You want them aware of real-world hazards, sure, but you definitely don't want to give them nightmares about house fires or strangers at the park. Well, the source material we're digging into today handles this beautifully. It offers this incredible framework that completely flips the script on how we talk about safety. It really all comes down to a massive paradigm shift. Think about the old school scary approach. The one focusing heavily on all the terrifying dangers, basically using fear to get kids to comply. Compare that to the superhero approach. This frames safety as empowering, smart skills. Our source proves without a doubt that creating a fun, non-scary vibe is literally the best way to teach hazard prevention. By framing safety rules as superhero abilities, kids suddenly feel strong and capable, instead of feeling small and, well, terrified. All right, let's look at the syllabus for today's superhero training. We're going to break down Sara and Sami's story into actionable modules you can easily practice right at home. We've got navigating strangers safely, physical and fire safety, staying secure online, preparing for emergencies, and to wrap it all up, the superhero safety oath. All right, let's jump right into Module 1, Navigating Strangers Safely. So this first module tackles the absolute classic stranger danger scenario. Imagine someone offers your kid candy or, asks them to come see a puppy in their car. Sara models the absolutely perfect response here. She says, "My parents told me never to go anywhere with someone I don't know." The game changer here is teaching your kids this exact script. Giving them these memorized phrases is basically like giving them a verbal shield. In a high-stress moment, they don't have to freeze up and think, they just deploy the script. Sami also chimes in to say they never take gifts or treats without permission, which is a fantastic boundary to reinforce. But, just refusing the stranger isn't the whole plan. Once they say no, they need to know exactly what a trusted adult actually looks like. We're talking about a reliable grown-up, like a police officer, or obviously a parent, who they can run to for help when they get that uncomfortable feeling. When you're out and about, say at the grocery store or the park, give them real, concrete examples. Point out the security guard or the store clerk wearing a name tag, or even just another parent who has young kids with them. Give them that visual reference. Now, to really lock this in, the source distills it into a super memorable 3-step action plan. Step 1, say no. Step 2, move away. Step 3, tell a trusted adult. It's so simple. It's not about panicking or crying. It's a calm, tactical superhero maneuver. Honestly, practice this 3-step drill with them at home until it becomes total muscle memory. Moving right along to Module 2, Physical and Fire Safety. Let's build on those superhero reflexes and deal with physical hazards, like busy roads. Sami gives us this incredibly effective 4-step mnemonic that every single parent should be practicing at the curb. Stop, look, listen, think. It just forces them to hit pause and engage all their senses before stepping out. You can actually turn this into a fun, interactive game every time you approach a street corner together. And you'll want to combine those 4 steps with an absolute ironclad rule, always cross the road at a safe place, like a zebra crossing, and never, ever run into traffic. The source also explicitly calls out the importance of holding hands while crossing. It's really just about establishing these non-negotiable physical boundaries so they understand it's all part of their everyday superhero code. Okay, what about household hazards? Say smoke appears in the kitchen, just like it does in our source story. Sara models the perfect response here. Now, a really common instinct for a scared kid is to hide, right? Or even try to stop the fire themselves. But the safe superhero response is to leave the environment immediately and get an adult to call emergency services. In the story, they evacuate calmly and head straight to a neighbor's house. Always, always emphasize swift action over fear. Okay, let's switch gears to Module 3, Staying Secure Online. Going from the physical world to the digital one can feel a bit like the Wild West for us parents, right? But the beauty is the exact same superhero rules apply. You can use Sami's example when he gets a weird message on his tablet from someone he doesn't know. The unsafe move? Sharing personal information or keeping the message a secret. The safe superhero move? Telling a trusted adult right away if a message makes you feel worried or even just a little confused. In the story, Sami doesn't hesitate. He shows the message straight to his mom. Which brings us to another absolute must-have script for your kids. Sami says, "I don't share my name, address, or photos with strangers online, period." Have your child memorize this exact quote as their ultimate, non-negotiable rule for the internet. Just like you wouldn't let them hand out their home address to a random person at the playground, they really need to understand that a tablet screen is exactly the same thing. All right, we are on to Module 4, Preparing for Emergencies. This is all about the critical prep work before an emergency ever even happens. And here, memorization is absolutely key. Sara points out that knowing exactly who to call is literally a superhero power. It can save the day. Framing it like that takes rote memorization from being this super boring homework chore to being a really cool, vital mission. Turn your phone number into a fun song, a little chant, or a rhythm you guys can clap out together in the car. And that brings up a really vital question for you. Be honest. Does your child know your phone number by heart right now? It's a really simple question, but if your answer is no, this is literally the exact place you need to start your training tonight. If they ever get separated from you in a busy crowd, that string of digits is their absolute fastest, safest ticket right back to you. And finally, Module 5, the Superhero Safety Oath. This is where we bring the whole shebang together for the ultimate graduation ceremony. We are safety superheroes. At the end of the source story, Sara and Sami proudly throw on their superhero capes. And you know what? Giving your kids an imaginary cape, or heck, buy a real one, frames all of these rules as exciting, special abilities, instead of just a bunch of boring, scary restrictions. It completely rewires the psychology from "the world is super dangerous" to "I am a capable, strong, and really smart person." To keep this training fresh, here are the 5 core tenets from the story that you can review with your kid, maybe every week. Say no to strangers, cross roads safely, be careful with fire, stay safe online, and ask trusted adults for help. These 5 simple bullet points are a totally comprehensive safety foundation, covering both the physical and the digital worlds. So, this leaves us with one final, absolutely critical question. How are you going to start your child's superhero safety training today? Are you going to kick things off with the road safety track at the corner? Or maybe practice the stranger danger script over dinner tonight? So grab that cape, lean into these scripts, and start empowering your kids to navigate this big world safely and confidently, starting right now. You've got the tools and you've got the superhero manual. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and hey,
Good luck with the training.